Hello there. Today we're back in Greenville taking a look at the 2022 Toyota GR86, or in Greenville known as the Velfire Climax. Now I have mine in the GT trim in crystal white pearl and with the GT rims or GT wheels as well. Now the GR86 in my opinion is much better looking than its sister, the BRZ. I love the very angular front end. You know, the vents over here, they look really good. The depth in the front bumper there, those vents, the aerodynamic points. Now I have aftermarket wheels on these things. This was about a $5,000 option. I think these look much better than the factory wheel options, but I'll show you guys which ones I got later in the video. That side vent there looks pretty cool. And then in the back, I love this extra lip spoiler that the BRZ doesn't have. And then of course, the Toyota logo doesn't really fit on this thing though. That's one thing I will say. But the taillights look really, really good. And then you have pretty meaty dual exhaust tips. The startup sound is pretty okay on this thing. And revving it, it's honestly really nothing special. It kind of sounds like every other car in Greenville, but that's about it. Here are your brake lights, turn signals, reverse lights down here, got running lights, headlights, and then turn signals in the front there, and your horn. This one does not have high beams or fog lights from the new update yet. Honestly, this thing will probably just have high beams. It doesn't have fog lights, but anyways, let's set off driving on this thing, and right off the bat, it's really not too bad to drive. It is a sports car, so it is expected to be a little bit more fun than your basic Honda HR-V, but it's not like, you know, the most exciting car. It's not like you're driving a Lamborghini Huracan or something in Greenville. But your top speed is going to be 141 miles per hour with a 6-speed transmission. You have two options, at least in real life. You got 6-speed automatic or 6-speed manual, but in Greenville you also have two options, whatever you want. Manual is pretty fun to drive, I will say. I always mess up the launch with a manual, so we're going to stick to auto just for the 0 to 60. Now obviously, if you're a teenager buying a GR86, you obviously care about how fast it is, and you are obviously going to be driving it in sport mode. So let's get a 0 to 60 test. 3, 2, 1, go. Of course, rear wheel drive. And there's 60. About 5.5 seconds to 60, which is pretty similar to what Toyota says in real life. In real life, Toyota says 5.4 seconds, so that's a pretty good 0 to 60 time for this thing in Greenville. Now some quick specs as we drive over to the dealership. As I was saying, this is the GT trim, and it has a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine with about 228 horsepower. As I mentioned, in rear wheel drive, you also get 4 seats in this thing, and it weighs just roughly 2,900 pounds. So those are some quick specs for you. And then as I mentioned, you of course get the option in real life for a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic. But let's head to the dealership here so we can get some pricing, because I will say it's not really as expensive as you might think. When you hop into the dealership, the easiest way to probably find it is to go to Coupes, or you can just go to Velfire down here and then scroll down, and it is the third to last. Now this is again 2022 Velfire Climax. Quite a few different colors available, the same colors as real life. The World Rally Blue is a lot better than the Sapphire Blue, just saying. But you have two different trims available, base or GT. The main difference from what I can see is that ducktail spoiler in the back. The base doesn't have it. You don't have specs yet, but I already gave you those. And then you get two different wheel options. I have aftermarket wheels, so it doesn't really matter. No Game Pass either way, but the price difference is pretty small. $29,000 or $31,000, depending on which one you go for. And then if I real quick just check out the BRZ, here's a comparison to that. So BRZ is premium or limited. It is a little bit cheaper, but you don't get any ducktail spoiler in the back, so it kind of looks a little bit worse, just saying. Plus the front end is kind of a little bit less aggressive, so it's not my favorite. I would prefer the GR86 over the BRZ, but you guys can do whatever suits you. Honestly, they are pretty similar. I would have to compare them side by side to really see a difference, but for now, I think the only difference I can see is really the front end and the lip spoil in the back there. But with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, please consider subscribing. Go join the Discord server, MC Kirk Fan server, link will be in the description and in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.